Hi friends, and welcome to Larissa Reads. Today I am sharing with all of you my July reading plans. Let's talk books. Whew, I am in vacation mode, baby. I love the summer. I don't love the heat, but I love the idea of just relaxing on the beach or even being at home, curled up with a good book, sipping on some coffee. It may be hot, it may be iced, but we got our caffeine, we got our good reads. And so here we are in the month of July, and I cannot wait to share with you the books that I plan on reading in this lovely summery month. So I absolutely love discovering new booktubers, and not too long ago I discovered Marissa at Blatantly Bookish, and the timing could not have been more perfect because she was announcing Jane Austen July. I had never heard of Jane Austen July, but trust me when I say, like most people in the world, I've heard of Jane Austen. However, I've always been intimidated by her novels. Any classic work, just kind of intimidates me. I need a push. So for example, when I read Anna Karenina, Oprah gave me the push to read it. I would have never read that book on my own. So I usually need a friend or someone to kind of give me a little nudge of encouragement to let me know that yes, I too can read classical literature. So thank you, Marissa at Blatantly Bookish. I believe there's some other co-host of this wonderful booktube event. So y'all, I'm gonna go for it, and I have chosen to read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen as my first Jane Austen piece of literature, and I am super excited. I plan on reading this and hopefully doing a couple more of the challenges. I will make sure to link her YouTube channel for you so that you can learn more about Jane Austen July if you haven't already learned. I feel like I'm the last person to know about this, but I'm sure I'm not, and that's okay. It's all good. So yeah, I'm excited to read this book. I definitely don't think I'm going to get to more than one Jane Austen work for the month of July because I have other reading plans. But yeah, I'm excited to read Pride and Prejudice. I'm also excited to watch Bridget Jones's Diary and yeah, do maybe a couple more of her challenges for Jane Austen July. So stay tuned. I'm excited to share with you what this reading experience unfolds. So I work at an all-girls independent school. I feel like I'm always explaining myself and what I do, and it sounds really repetitive on my end, but you know, I just don't take for granted that some of you are new to the channel and this may be your first time watching me. So I have to repeat myself. So sorry for those of you who have heard this a lot of times, but I am the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at an all-girls independent school here in the Pittsburgh area. And one of the things I absolutely love about working at this school is that I'm surrounded by faculty and staff, and quite frankly, by students and families who are book lovers through and through. I love reading with the students, the older students, and the younger ones as well. I have family members of the students that I connect with, and I'm a member of some book clubs with them. All of that to say that one of our requirements at our school, one of the requirements for employees there is that we are required to read over the summer, which I'm like, come on now. Seriously? You're requiring me to read? Ain't no thing but a chicken wing, baby. So we get a chance to read some books that were recommended by our fellow co-workers, our colleagues, and also some of the school leadership. I recommended this book, and it's going to be the one that I dive into, and it is Beautiful Country. So this memoir by Kian Julie Wang is one that I've been looking forward to reading and am so excited to read it with my fellow colleagues who serve a population of Asian students. I am always looking to step out of my own lived experience and step into other worlds, other lived experiences and identifiers to help me become a more empathetic person, a better human, and also better at my job of being Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. I have a special place in my heart for all of our students, and particularly for our Asian students, I feel like there have been an uptick in anti-Asian hate crimes. Not that it's something new. I hate to say that, but it's nothing new. Yet and still, it's been given a spotlight. And I want to make sure that we are serving our Asian students to the best of our ability, that we're giving them a space where they feel known, heard, seen, and feel like they truly belong. So what better way than literature to do all of those things? So I haven't talked about A. Marie's book club for quite some time, but it is one of the best experiences I've had as a reader. I continue to love A. Marie and her book club and her book selections because they definitely push me to step outside of my comfort zone with reads and try things that would otherwise intimidate me or not really grab my attention. And so in January of 2021, A. Marie's book club selection was Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. I stepped into that book thinking this would not be the book for me, thinking this is totally not a read that I would typically gravitate towards or enjoy reading. And yeah, it was aight. It was a good run. The follow-up to that book is Parable of the Talents. Yes, it has taken me over a year to get myself prepared and ready to dive into another Octavia Butler work. I'm not really typically into science fiction and the genres that Octavia Butler was so highly skilled at writing. Yet, as a Black author, she is someone that I've always wanted to read her work, wanted to learn more about her. And so here we have Parable of the Talents. We left this group of people, if I remember correctly, this is a little vague, we left them on a plot of land. They were trying to create this new community, and the main character was creating her own religion and was trying to get the group of people that she was traveling with on board with this religion. So Lauren is the name of the main character, and now we're talking about her love being divided among her daughter. So I don't want to spill the tea too much for those of you who haven't read Parable of the Sower, but that's interesting to discover that Lauren has a daughter, and we can imagine who the father is. So she's divided among her daughter, her community, and the revelation that led Lauren to found a new faith that teaches God is change. But in the wake of environmental and economic chaos, the U.S. government turns a blind eye to violent bigots who consider the mere existence of a Black female leader a threat. And soon, Lauren must either sacrifice her child and her followers or forsake the religion that can transform human destiny. Okay, I was told that this second book and this duology is not nearly as violent and gruesome as the first one. And so I am so grateful for that. The violence and the grotesque experiences and description of those experiences was a lot for your girl because I am not into violence. So I think I can get with this synopsis, this idea, better than the first one. However, of course, I would have needed to have read the first book. So, okay. Thank you, Katie, my friend Katie, for loaning me this copy, and I'm looking forward to reading it. And the time has come for you to once again see Passing by Nella Larson, because it's the book that just won't go away. And I don't know why. But I have good news for you, my friends. I will be buddy reading this book with Sandy at Miss Reads a Lot, which is pushing me to just read the daggone thing. Come on now. Denise LaRosa, what's the deal here? Whatever. All I know is that I needed help to read this book, and I'm thrilled that Sandy has decided to be on board with me and buddy read this book. And Sandy, in her bubbly, book-loving self, decided that It's a party. This should be a party. And we shouldn't just have a party of two, but a party of three. So she introduced me to another booktuber by the name of Kelly. Kelly's channel is Books I'm Not Reading, so please check her out as well. The three of us will be reading Passing together, and you will see this in a wrap up and then peace out, unless it's a favorite read of the year, which is not a bad thing to see again. So wish us luck and stay tuned. All right, I have two books that I haven't purchased yet, but after we record this video, I think I'm gonna hop in the car and make my way to the bookstore. And the first one from those two books is Yinka, Where Is Your Husband? So this book by Lizzie Blackburn is a book that I've been seeing all over BookTube, all over Bookstagram, and Diverse Spines has made it their spine of the month for the month of July. And I am loving their book selection, so I am totally ready to read this book and read it with a community of fellow book lovers that are just so much fun to engage with. There's always an author talk, a live author interview on Bookstagram with the author for the spine of the month. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So let's see, what is this book about? So Yinka is a British Nigerian woman who is educated with a well-paying job, good friends, and a mother whose constant refrain is, Yinka, where is your husband? So her aunties frequently pray for her delivery from singledom. Her work friends think she's too traditional. Her girlfriends think she needs to get over her ex already. And the men in her life, well, that's a whole other story. But Yinka herself has always believed that true love will find her when the time is right. That's right, girl. I couldn't agree with you more. Still, when her cousin gets engaged, Yinka commences Operation Find a Date for Rachel's wedding. Okay, so this sounds like a little bit of romance. It's a traditional romantic comedy with an unconventional heroine who bravely asks the questions we all have about love. Oh my goodness. The cover just drew me, and now the synopsis is everything. I cannot wait to read Yinka, Where Is Your Husband? So I have a serious case of FOMO when it comes to Colleen Hoover. She's an author that I've never been interested in reading her work. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's not really it's not that I was turned off by her and her books. She just wasn't an author that had my attention, but apparently she has a lot of people's attention because I see Colleen Hoover books everywhere, like everywhere. So I asked you guys on Bookstagram and here on BookTube, which Colleen Hoover book should be my very first Colleen Hoover book. And I took a poll, I took all of your responses, tallied them up, and Verity won. I'm a little nervous because Verity was also one of the books that people had strong opinions about on both ends of the spectrum. So I don't know what's going to happen with me in this book, but I feel like I owe it to everyone. You know, why would I ask that question and put it out there for you guys and then not honor your responses and respect your time and your opinions, like by not reading the book? So here we go. I'm going to read it this month. And it's about a struggling writer on the brink of financial ruin when she accepts the job offer of a lifetime. And then Jeremy Crawford, husband of best-selling author Verity Crawford, has hired this person to complete the remaining books in a successful series his injured wife is unable to finish. Now, Lowen, the person who was given this job, arrives at the Crawford home ready to sort through years of Verity's notes and outlines, hoping to find enough material to, get started. But then she finds out something that is really chilling and could break this marriage, could destroy Verity. And I am thinking this is going to be an interesting read. I don't want to go into too much detail with it because it just sounds really mysterious and suspenseful, thrilling, all the things. So, we'll see if I end up being on the Colleen Hoover train and, all in with you guys and that. I don't know. And trust me, I will share my opinion. And, could be good, could be bad, could be meh. And now I'm rambling. So let's just finish this whole video. So here we are, my friends. I am pretty excited about my reading plans. We have plenty of variety and opportunities to read in community with other people. So I think this is going to be a pretty nice month of reading for me. I'm curious to know, what are your reading plans for the month of July? Hop over in the comments and let me know. And I have these copies here: Passing, Parable of the Talents, Pride and Prejudice, and Beautiful Country. I will also be picking up Yinka, Where is Your Husband, and Verity. And don't be a stranger, friends. Please check out more of my videos like this one right here. And until next time, happy reading. Peace.